Welcome to our first conference of the year. We welcome everyone and we appreciate your presence with us. So we just want you to actually sit back and enjoy this wonderful journey. Um, we are actually a tech company. I'm David Adebanwo, a video producer at Terraskills, and we are into several tech trainings and mentorship program for young individuals who want to gain fully employed or develop their skills to do whatever they plan to do towards their success as an individual. So we came together to um, organize an event like this for young individuals who are interested in learning a tech skill, or they've probably learned one and they don't know what to do next. Probably they have an aim, they have an expectation before going to the tech training. But after training themselves in tech, they noticed that it was not to their expectation what they were experiencing. And we as a tech company has actually experienced things like this severally times without number. And that's exactly why we came together to come up with a conference like this. And this is not a conference that will just post and then it slides by the way. First of all, the video is going to be posted on YouTube and everybody that registered is going to get a link in their DM and in their email. Then secondly, at the end of this meeting, we're going to show you how you can follow up with what Terraskills is doing towards making sure that people are not just learning a tech skill, but they are also doing that which they plan to do in life with the skill. And in this conference, we're having very powerful speakers. We're going to be having very powerful speakers to speak to us about their area of expertise to see how we can actually be of how this meeting can be of benefit to us. So before we dive right into it, in case in the course of this meeting you have any question at all, please drop it in the chat box. So we're going to take our time at the end of this conference to attend to all the questions and contributions that you are having concerning the topic being discussed. So sit right back and enjoy yourself in the course of this meeting, and make sure you actually take notes or a notepad, anything at all, just to jot something down, because a lot of secrets are going to be dished out here. So first of all, I would love to welcome Miss Chika Ike Ojoku. She's a LinkedIn coach and influencer, one of the powerful speakers that we're going to be hearing tonight. So she's a content creator on LinkedIn and on several other social media platforms. She has even acquired more than 40,000 followers online, and she has actually empowered a lot of young Nigerians. She was actually even listed as one of the top 50 African influencers by Enganti. And she helps business brands gain visibilities and monetize their online presence. So she writes stop scrolling content for brand, which generates leads and boosts conversion. And all these are done by her with excellent content creation, content marketing, branding, strategy, and community building. So we're going to be hearing from her this night, and she's going to be talking to us on different things that we need to know concerning our area of expertise. So we would love to have you on stage, Miss Chika.
Good evening, everyone. Can you hear me, please? If you can hear me, you can use the emojis and everything so that I know that we are here together. Please, Mr. David, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you clearly. So some of them have been using the emojis already.
Okay, I think I can't see interaction in the room. I would love to see the interaction in the room, please. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay. Thank you so much, Messi. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Matthew. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone here that has joined. Thank you for clearing up your busy schedule to be part of this 1 hour powerful seminar. I really want to say a big thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. David, for bringing me on board to be able to say one or two things that could help any personal or business brand here today. Thank you so much, Terraskills. I do not take this opportunity for granted. I'm really, really opportune to be here and I'm glad to be here. Thank you so much. So we're kickstarting immediately. Thank you for the introduction. Okay, so I've already been introduced. I'm a content creator, LinkedIn influencer, and coach. I help personal and business brand gain visibility and monetize their online presence while leveraging LinkedIn for impact, influence, and income. So that's just me in a nutshell. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, so I'm going to start with how easy it is to learn tech skills today, because today we have many persons who are trying to transition into tech. Everybody's telling you tech is the new oil, tech is the new, that's where the money is and everything. If you agree with me that tech is the new oil or tech is where the money is, you can just say I agree with you in the chat box. I love my class. I'm a coach, so I usually do classes. I love my sessions to be very interactive so that I know we are here. So if you agree with me that tech is new, okay, thank you, Mercy. You agree with me. Yes, people are trying to transition into tech. People are trying to leave their normal traditional jobs and become those, thank you, David, and become those tech Cs and tech bros and everything. Oh, thank you, Matthew. Okay, so how easy is it to learn tech skills? Today we have online courses that are accessible by anyone. You can even get these courses on Terraskills. They can help you with any tech skill that you love, be it data analysis, cybersecurity, software development, whichever one you want. So online courses are everywhere, which you can just get either free or paid to actually get a tech skill. Also, we have free trainings are available. Courses are different from trainings because in courses you watch it and implement, while trainings, something like this where you have to talk to you, where persons have to talk to you, maybe one-on-one training or corporate training or group training, whichever one, it's also available. And YouTube tutorials too. These days, people just go on to YouTube and search for whatever they want to learn, dedicate their time, dedicate their energy, and yeah, doing amazingly well with the tutorials that they get from YouTube. Okay. And also, Google and AI are available for answers. Yes, ChatGPT is always there to answer you. In as much as ChatGPT is limited to 2021, ChatGPT 3.5 is limited to 2021. It can still answer some of your questions. Google is there to answer your questions. Some persons have done their research. They've told you, oh, the 2024 in demand high income skills in tech, they've listed it for you and everything. So it's just easy to learn about tech skills. It's not something that's abstract. Okay, thank you. So let's move to the next slide. So after learning a tech skill, what next? This is a very, very important question because many persons are every day transitioning into tech because they've heard tech is the new all, tech is the new this, tech is the new that, and everything. And it's easy to learn maybe a tech skill. And sometimes the price you even pay to learn a tech skill is not that much. But what do you do after learning the skill? After trying to implement what you've learned, what do you do next? Okay, next slide, please.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Chika, for that wonderful presentation. Yes, I'm just going to take over from her. She has already gave a very good opening remark as to the purpose why we are doing this conference, because we don't just advise people to just attend conference for the sake of being invited. They need There need to be a reason why you're actually attending the conference, and that's exactly what she just did. She just explained exactly the purpose of this conference, the fact that tech is very easy to learn, but most people don't know exactly what to do after learning a tech skill. So we're going to be discussing four major areas of what we expect you to do. Most of you might have attended several tech classes. I'm very sure that even though you're not yet into the tech industry, one way or the other, you've attended some conference, you've seen some newsletters, you've read some things and learned some things in the tech industry. But the question or the most difficult issue people have been finding to solve is exactly how to use this thing in their everyday life so that it can actually become that they can actually make it an income generating skill. This is the question most people ask. And even people that have gone really deep into the tech space, they don't know how to turn this tech skill into a money-making machine. And that's exactly what we're going to be doing in this conference. So please pay very close attention. We're going to be mentioning four major things that you need to do, four major areas of life that you need to do after learning a tech skill that is really going to help you in becoming a kind of money generating individual from whatever skill you learn, regardless of the skill. I'm not even telling you that okay, this particular skill has money and that one has money. No, all other skill, every skill that you learn in tech has a way of generating money or income for you. So don't let people tell you that there's more money in this skill, there's more money in that skill. It depends on probably the location you are or the country. It depends on even the level of expertise you gain in that particular test skill. So but what we're trying to tell you in this conference is that regardless the test skill you have acquired or you are willing to acquire, you must engage in these four things that we're going to discuss in this conference. So and one of the first one we're going to list, which is one of the most important, I think I'm going to have Miss Chika to talk more about that. The first aspect of the step that is needed after learning a tech training. Okay, Miss Chika, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm here. Thank you so much for that. As you said, I really love that. There's no more money in one skill. It all falls back to what you can do with that skill. Okay, so I'm going to be talking about branding. I know you've heard about branding so many times. Branding is that way that people perceive you. That's your perception online. How do people perceive you? How do people see you online? That is branding. Sometimes people say, "Oh, you are faking it till you make it." To me, that's not branding. Okay, branding is the way you want people to perceive you. For example, I studied chemical engineering in the university, but when you see me online, chemical engineering is not the first thing that comes to mind. What comes to mind first is me being a content creator, me being a LinkedIn coach and influencer. That is the first thing. I've branded myself in such a way that that is the first perception. That is the way people perceive me. And that is what you should do for yourself. It is not enough to take a course, buy a course, implement it. Now you're looking for a job and everything. How do we perceive you on the online space? Some of you use your Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and everything the way you like, right? So if I'm coming to your page for the first time as maybe a recruiter or someone who just wants to know you, how am I going to perceive you? How am I going to perceive you at that instance? For example, I come to your page for the first time, and all I can see is just things that are not related to anything that has to do with tech or your journey in tech or anything that shows that you have passion for tech or you took a course and you came online and said, "Oh, I took a data analysis course. I'm super excited to have completed it. Watch out for me." Those kind of things are the way you brand yourself. All right. So the first way you create that perception, especially with your skills and everything, is your LinkedIn profile. Your LinkedIn profile. This is not a LinkedIn profile optimization class, and I have a lot to say, but I'm going to just try as much as possible to talk say what I'm supposed to say, and I believe that it's going to help you. Okay, so the first one is your LinkedIn profile. Many persons opened an account on LinkedIn, but they've abandoned that account on LinkedIn because maybe you came the first time on LinkedIn and the first thing you saw is, I'm excited to announce that I've relocated to the UK. I'm excited to announce I've been given a scholarship. I'm excited to announce this or that. And you're feeling intimidated and you're feeling, oh, LinkedIn is not for me. There are lots of bragging here and there. I usually tell people that Instagram does not really oppress anybody. Come to LinkedIn. But the truth is that when you see all those things happen there, you know that you have um you can do it. I know of persons, I know of students that are doing amazingly well on LinkedIn just because of the LinkedIn platform. So you should make yourself that person. So first of all, when you're done with your tech course, go over to LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a professional network. Your recruiters will find you faster on LinkedIn than um any social media platform. Why do I say that? Because we believe that anybody that is on LinkedIn is very serious. You're serious with your life. That is just the notion. That's the first perception. If you hear, oh, I'm on LinkedIn, you just see that person like, guy, you're very serious. So, madam, you're the one making waves and everything. That's the perception anybody has on LinkedIn. But if you now come on LinkedIn, there are difference between people that are making it on LinkedIn and people that are not making. And first thing is their LinkedIn profile. Start with your headshot picture. Start with your headshot picture. How do you want us to see you? How do you want us to perceive you? Are you a scattered person? Because I tell persons, if you cannot take out maybe 2,000 naira, some photo shoot as low as 1,000 naira to go brand yourself and put up that beautiful profile picture on your page, like you will not attract the kind of people that you want. Because if you cannot pay as low as 1,000 naira to actually take a picture for yourself, attract the right set of people. Some persons, their profile picture, you see, they took it in church, there's ice cream man at the back, they look very unserious. So your profile picture is supposed to be top notch, headshot picture. It doesn't have to be from head to toe, just from your head to maybe your waist level or to your chest level, and we are good to go. Just imagine you come to my profile and you see this picture that has been displayed of me on my profile. Will you not be happy? Will you not want to check me out? That kind of thing. So that is how your profile picture should be. The next one is your banner. There's something called LinkedIn banner where you just write about the service. If you are a service provider, write about the services that you offer. But if you're not a service provider, you are a job seeker, you can write about, I am a tech analyst, I am open to work. As simple as that. You don't really have to put that open to work banner on your profile. You can put it behind the scene because recruiters can actually see that. Okay, so okay, thank you, David, for the love emoji. Okay, then your headline. Your headline is very, very important. Your headline is very, very important. I've seen some persons misuse their headline. Your headline has 126 characters on LinkedIn and you have to use it to sell yourself. I seen some people say, I'm a tech alchemist. I really don't know what that means, but if I am a recruiter, I know that I will not type at the back end that I'm looking for a tech alchemist. Okay. So nobody is looking for that. Nobody is looking for a tech enthusiast. What tech skill have you learned? Data analyst, cyber security specialist. Use the names, use the general names that are being used in your industry to talk about yourself. Okay? Use those words to talk about yourself. Data analyst, helping busy entrepreneurs or businesses or organizations get their data together, clean their data, whatever language you speak in tech, you can use it to actually say, this is what I do. So for your headline on LinkedIn, it's supposed to contain what you do, who you are, and who you do it for. What you do, who you are, and what and who you do it for. For example, on my profile, you will see content creator, LinkedIn influencer, and coach. I help personal and business brands gain visibility and monetize. So I've told you the people I help, I've told you who I am, and I've told you what I do. Okay. So another place why I said your LinkedIn is like your online CV. It's like your online CV because it gives you the opportunity to put everything that you really need to put out on LinkedIn. It's your experience section. Your experience section. You have the opportunity to put all the experiences you've ever garnered, like almost all your life, especially when it comes to your professional goals. If you go to my LinkedIn profile, Chika Ikojuku is my name. You can check me out on LinkedIn. If you go to my profile, you'll see experiences I've had, even while in school, even taking different students um council roles. I put all those things there, and one of them got me a gig for a leadership speaking engagement, because you don't know what skill is going to open the door for that job or that gig that you are looking for. So on LinkedIn, you can put all your experiences, where you got the experience from, where you got the experience from, the what year you did it, and everything. The truth is that nobody really knows if they paid you for that or they didn't pay you for that, right? But if you put it in your experience, it shows progress. It shows that you're doing something. It shows that you are doing something. Okay. So your experience section, fill up your experience section with the right things. The way you write your the way you write your CV, those bullet points you put there when you writing about your experience, you can still do same on LinkedIn. And the beautiful thing is that when you do it in that way, when it's time for you to submit your resume or something like that, you just go to LinkedIn, copy what is needed for that job, and paste it instead of only jumping up and down and looking for what to do. So another one is your education, whichever this thing you've taken, educational qualification you've gotten, your master's, your PhD, your BSc, kindly put it on LinkedIn on the education section. Another one that is very, very vital, as I said, is not a LinkedIn optimization class, so I will try as much as possible just to brush up so many of them because of time, is your certification and licenses. Your certifications and licenses. Put your certification, all the certifications you've gotten, all the courses you've taken, and they gave you a certificate for it, both related to the tech skill and unrelated. Any certificate you've gotten, you got a certificate in school, certificate of award, certificate of participation, certificate of anything, please put it on your LinkedIn license and certification section. It's very important. As I said before, you don't know which skill, you don't know which experience, you don't know which certification is going to give you your next job or your next client, right? So put in your LinkedIn skill, your LinkedIn certifications and your licenses. Another one is your skill. LinkedIn gives you the opportunity to put up to 50 skills and get people to endorse them. Get people to endorse them. It's going to be beautiful. Maybe if you take a course from Terraskills and you get maybe um either the CEO to actually endorse you, on LinkedIn. It gives you credibility that, oh, the CEO of Terraskills endorsed me on data analysis, endorsed me on maybe teamwork. Maybe there was a team training and whatever was done, and he endorsed you. Some of your colleagues, while you guys were taking the course together or the training together, endorsed you. The truth is that there's going to be credibility. If I go to that kind of profile and I see, oh, this person has been endorsed by this, person has been endorsed by this, wow, that means this person is actually credible. Okay, what does endorsement mean? Don't worry, I'll answer those questions maybe at the end of the session. Okay, so those are the basic ones. Other ones are just recommendation. When you get recommendations from your colleagues that you've taken the course with, recommendations from your school friends, that you went to school together, they should recommend you, that you're good at what you do, not just about the tech skill, but about other skills you have, teamwork, and everything that actually brings it together, right? So that is just that for your LinkedIn profile. And there's something very important before I go to the next point. Your LinkedIn URL. Your LinkedIn URL. That's like, if I tell you, send me your LinkedIn URL. Once my students get my course, once anybody gets my course, I tell them to send me their LinkedIn URL and they send it to me. Some of them are still having the alphanumeric elements close to their names and everything. And before they are done with the whole course and everything, they've changed their LinkedIn URL. Is that LinkedIn URL that is optimized that should be on your CV or resume? Because sometimes you have lots of skills that cannot be on your resume, lots of complementary skills that the space, because they've told you your resume is supposed to be not they've told you, I'm telling you right now, your resume is supposed to be 2 pages maximum, and you have lots of things to say to show that you know what you're doing, that you should be the best candidate for this. Okay, you should be the best candidate for this, but you cannot say everything on your resume. Your LinkedIn profile URL customized, please. If it's not customized, please don't put it on your resume. Just let it go. But if it's customized, that means you've removed the alphanumeric elements like the B, G, D, H, Y that is close to your name, okay, on LinkedIn. Just if you've removed it, please place it on your resume so that they can click on it and go check you out and see, oh, this person has lots of skills that could not even be on this resume. Okay. So now for your resume and your CV, I'll just say basic things that you should take note of. So many persons are not in this meeting right now just because of one thing: email. They don't check their emails. How many times, I'll just ask this question quickly. Let's just be quick. Quickly answer me. How many of you checked your emails 3 times today or more than 3 times today? How many times did you check your email today? How many times did you check your email today? Can be once, it can be twice, can be thrice. Please let your answers keep rolling in. I hate emails though. Twice, like twice today, twice. Okay, okay. Who else? Okay, some person check their emails twice. Your email is very important. If you're a job seeker, not just a job seeker, if you have clients that you are working with, maybe the ones are not in Nigeria, my mail is always open and refreshing. Okay, you need to be up and doing with your emails. Just imagine a job opportunity came to your email today and you did not check it at all, and you said the deadline is by 12 p.m. or 11:59 p.m. today, and you are seeing it tomorrow morning. You've lost that opportunity and there's nothing you can do about it. I know of persons that have lost opportunities because they don't check their emails. So why am I saying this? For your resume and for your CV, please, you need to have a very good email for your resume. Please ditch all those babygirlforlife@gmail.com, um, Tolu, Tolu big boy at yahoo.com. Please ditch those things. Put a professional email. Your email is supposed to have your name and your surname. There may be some numbers, but your name and your surname, it makes you look professional. Remember, you are branding yourself. You want to look like what you say you are. You want to look serious for the job that you are actually going for, right? You're actually applying for. So your email on your resume should be bigboy at yahoo.com. There's someone that sent me a mail, and what I saw was I saw ay big shots at gmail.com. I didn't even open the mail as I don't know what you want to say. That AY big shot, it's already disorganized. I just know you are not serious. Whatever you want to say, I don't want to know. Okay. So, and you don't have, sometimes we don't really have a second time to make a first impression. That's the truth. That's how life is. Life is moving. Life is moving. Sometimes you might not get a second chance to make a first impression. Just imagine maybe Tony Lumelu says, drop your email address with my secretary and everything, and you are putting, because you don't have any other email that has your name and surname, you are putting that kind of thing, AY big shot and everything. You might never receive that email. and you might never be called upon again to even say why you use that kind of email and everything. So sometimes you don't have a second chance to make the first impression. Another thing on your resume, please avoid putting your full address. Nobody's coming to your house to come and visit you. Avoid putting your full address on your page, on your resume or CV. Avoid it by all means. You can just put the road, the state, the city, and the state. And if you're applying outside Nigeria, okay, you'll be addressed how you appear, bro. That kind of thing. You'll be addressed the way you appear. So avoid putting your full address. Nobody's going to come to your house. Sometimes I see someone they've used this. Somebody's. So I was talking about your address. Please don't put your full address for security reasons. The country is very, very not secured. As I was saying, they use someone's CV to actually wrap akara for me. I'm in love with akara. So when I saw it, I was like, wow. And the person was in the person's address Lagos, sha. But I'm in Benin and I saw it. I was like, wow, see how they use somebody's CV to tie akara for me. So please don't put your full address. What they need is your email address. Okay, they'll send you if you get the job or the interview, they'll send it to your email address. That's why your email address needs to be active and your email address needs to be, and your phone number too. Please don't forget to put your country code on your in your phone on your resume, your country code +234, then your phone number. And as I said before, your LinkedIn profile optimized URL. If it's not optimized, please don't put it there. Just let it be. Okay. So your professional summary is supposed to be very short, brief, and confidential, Akara. It's supposed to be very short, and in 6 seconds, you should be able to say what you need to say. And remember, they are using ATS right now, so you need to use keywords that once it goes through the scanner, those keywords that it said during in your when you got the requirements, those keywords that they said, the team team spirits, collaboration, this, that. Those are the things you should use on your CV. When they say team spirit, don't go and use team player. All those things have already been programmed in the ATS. So please make sure you do that. The last but not the least, right now is your portfolio. Your portfolio. Make sure you have a portfolio, especially my tech six and tech bros in the house. Do well to have a portfolio. Right now, you can go on Canva, and get one for yourself. Already made templates are there. All you just need to do is design it with your brand color and you are good to go. And there's one more thing I'm going to say, I think, before I drop the mic, because time is already fast spent, is that on try as much as possible to volunteer for organizations. Try as much as possible to volunteer for organizations. You might not get the job instantly. Maybe you don't take in the course, might not get it instantly. But if you volunteer for organizations for free, go for internships. Nobody's going to ask you on your resume, on your CV, oh, were you paid or were you not paid? It's your experience. So you can use that and put it in your experience when you're not applying in your resume, when you're trying to apply and the rest of it. But if you're just there waiting for a paid job, you might not get it instantly. Okay. So I think that is that for that on that. If you have questions, you can drop it in the chat box and I would answer maybe when we are done with the whole conversation. Okay. Thank you. No problems. I will not forget to explain what endorsement means. Okay. Thank you so much, David. You can take over.
Thank you so much, Miss Chika. So, first of all, we apologize for the break. We're going to have the full section, in a video, which is going to be posted on YouTube, and everyone's going to get it a few minutes after this meeting. So, in case you missed anything as a result of the break or your network, you can always watch it on YouTube. So, thank you so much, Miss Chika, for the whole bomb you dropped here. I think after this meeting, I'm running straight to my LinkedIn and my CV to do some review because I learned a lot myself from everything that was said here. So I'm going to be inviting on the next speaker, is the host and it's one of the major people who is going to be speaking here today based on these four areas that we spoke of initially. So his name is Mr. Ada Innocence. He's a training consultant, and he's a certified and accredited management trainer with expertise in training and management consulting, data analytics, and training development. He is skilled in programming and curriculum design and development, as well as providing professional resume, CV, resume, or resume reviews. Yeah, CV or resume reviews. He's a research consultant, public speaker, and practitioner of neuro-linguistic programming with 10 years of experience of professional experience in ICT and human capacity training, including youth engagement in research and development. He has published numerous scholarly articles in reputable academic journals and is the founder of Awake to Power and is a very dedicated individual who aims towards fostering social change and promoting mental growth within dynamic social context. So I will be welcoming Mr. Adada Innocent, someone who is very experienced in this area of the tech space and how to take good advantage of your tech skill. So, Mr. Adada Innocent, the floor is all yours, sir.
Good evening, and thank you, Mr. David. Welcome, everyone. I welcome you all once more. Thank you so much for your wonderful presentation, Ms. Chika. And can you hear me, please? If you can hear me,
clearly,
Yes,
sir.
I can.
Okay. All right. Thank you. All right. So let's keep the discussion engaging. And so I would like to continue with the momentum of Ms. Chika. All right. So now let's look at it this way. We've learned a tech skill or two. Then we've learned that what follows must be proper branding. You must properly show yourself out there, put yourself out there to be recognized. Because let me just add a word to Ms. Chika's prayers. I told somebody recently, I said, somebody told me they had an interview and told me his camera wasn't functioning, and the interviewers were worried about that and later used other means to make sure he was the one they are interviewing. So I told him something. I said, I am happy your camera did not work. And he said, why will you say that? I said, I'm also happy that there were other means to identify you were the right person they were interviewing. I said, they want a professional. And at that point, he was sick for a while and has lost shape. He was so lean and so on, looking so frail. So I told him that at this point, they are going to look at you and say, if this person can do or has done so much of what he said he has done, why is he looking this way? You understand? So your look is also part of your branding. All right, so I'll be talking about 3 other points to support Ms. Chika's presentation, and the first for me will be networking. Now, I'll start by saying this. Networking is the golden key that opens the doors to opportunities. By this, I mean, no matter how good you are, no matter how excellent you are or how skilled you are, when people don't know what you can do, or when the right people, not when the right people don't know what you can do, you basically would be just like anyone, struggling to get opportunities or to get recognized. So this is what networking, and by networking here, I mean the practice of interacting with others to exchange information and to develop a professional relationship. So it is a handshake that must take place for anybody to break through the professional ceiling. Networking broadens your worldview and perspective. It allows you to advance your career and improve your people skill. I was discussing recently with someone, and the person told me, oh, I'm an introvert. And I said, you'll be an introvert until I think poverty or hunger will cure your introversion. What I meant was this: there is nothing wrong with being the one to speak out or to speak up, to talk to people, to meet people. If there is nobody, except you want to hire somebody, or except you have somebody, you have the finances to hire somebody to be your networking officer, you will definitely suffer from the lack of opportunities. So to build a strong professional network, you ought to attend events. You meet people, join online communities, and help or impact people. You need to build relationships on social media platforms like LinkedIn, and keep in touch with your network. Now, let's go into the business, really. Just like any venture in this life, you need to be able to plan your networking activities. You need to know why you and what events you should attend. For instance, now, for every serious professional, you should be able to find out the events that have already been outlined for the year, at least for majority of the year. You check out event blogs to identify events. One of such event blogs are or event schedule blogs are Eventbrite. Okay, you check out Eventbrite. You look at the events that are advertised there. You look at the free events if you don't have money to attend a paid event. You also look at the events that meet your purpose. So I'll say networking now for a data analyst will not be the same. An event meant for data analysts will not be the same event that is meant for somebody who is who wants to market organization, a brand analyst, and so on, and so, or a brand professional, and so on and so forth. So you need to look at these events. Remember, I said Eventbrite. Eventbrite is one of the biggest event calendars you have online. So you can look at them, check the events in your locality, the events close to you, check how they meet your needs, okay? And when you plan that, put the date in your calendar, build the date into your calendar so that you don't have to forget. Plan the event, plan to attend. You are planning to attend because you want to achieve one of many things. Now, this is the focus now. When you eventually attend the event, this is what you want to do. You want to focus on meaningful connections and the right people, okay? You want to focus on meaningful connections and the right people. Now, there was something I noticed in one of the events I attended. There were some people who will go from one seat to the other, sharing cards. Okay. Now, I now notice someone else who waited to network with only the people that were mentioned, the speakers. I remember, I think that was the one of these congresses in Abuja. And so now you don't share your cards or network with everybody. It's not possible. Neither do you network with anyone you can. It's not also best practices. A best practice. You don't network with anyone you can. You don't gauge them and say, okay, I think this one should be somebody that will have can give opportunities. You go to the person and say, okay, my name is this, and so on. You don't do that. You focus on connections. That is why it's important to plan the event. You basically ask yourself, who are those that are going to be in this event that I'm willing to build a relationship with? Who are those, and what opportunities are there in this event? What opportunities are there? Are there going, is that will be available as a result of this event? And what opportunities am I ready for? So you ask yourself those questions. The second one, you make sure you develop an online presence and share content. Be active online. There's something like this. Imagine you telling someone about what you do and the impact you've made, and the person just thought, oh, wow, let me check this person out, and checks you out. You are nowhere to be found. There is no, you don't have all day in such events to discuss about the potential, the impact, and so on. You don't have all day. Remember that you are going to be researched. You are going to be researched. So have a backup where people can find more information about you if they are willing to go to the extent of researching you. And how do you do that? You start with intentional LinkedIn outreaches. Intentional. Create your LinkedIn intentionally, just like Ms. Chika has said. Then give and receive. Become a connector and remember to reconnect. What do I mean by this? You see, you are going there, as you are going there as you are attending that event, you are looking for opportunities. So others are also going to that, attending the event in search of opportunities. So you must be ready to give something. By giving something, I mean, you must be ready to be able to share your skills. You are there as somebody's, to be somebody's, let me put it this way, you are somebody's prayer point. Let me just put it that way. I don't know, can you still hear me, please? You can just indicate in the chat box if you can hear me on the chat section. Okay. All right, so you'll be ready to give, to receive. Okay. All right. So then utilize network platforms, also join professional groups and so on and so forth. That is outside events, networking events. Then the last but not the least on this is be human. Give and take continually. What it means is this. When you go attend such events, you share contacts. The best practice is to reach out to the person, send an appreciation message to the person, okay? And say, thank you. It was an honor meeting you today. I appreciate this. Remind the person of what you discussed and where you were, and the opportunity to want to discuss more concerning what you had discussed. When you do that, if you don't hear from the person that day, you send a message again the next day, appreciating the person and telling the person that you will appreciate any opportunity given to you to further discuss what you guys had discussed, and wait on the person. I hope that is clear. Now, always remember that it's a network. It's a relationship you're trying to build. Don't always be at the receiving end. Also be at the giving end. At the giving end in the sense that be ready to give value. Because we know in life, if we look at ourselves critically, we don't like that friend. We don't like that friend who always comes to take something from us. We like that friend who we can rely on and who relies on us. That is just a simple human psychology. Now, let me talk about some actionable practices for you to remain consistent in networking. Number one is that you prioritize relevant contacts. Prioritize relevant contacts. Number one. And what I mean by relevant contact is that contacts that are relevant to your goal, your interest, and your values. Those are the contacts that you should prioritize. You don't keep a lot of contact, begin to talk to a lot of people, and then wish that something could just happen just like that. You prioritize. Okay. Then number 2, be consistent and authentic. Be real. Be human. It is okay to fail. It's okay to learn. So don't claim to know. For instance, something. I met someone who I counsel recently, and he told me that he gets opportunities, but each time he's in the middle of implementing something as a result of maybe an opportunity, he gets kicked out of the way. So I asked him what he does. He said he's a website, a web designer. I asked to see the website he's created. When I looked at the website, I can sincerely tell you why that I understand why he get kicked out. The thing is, he has the know-how. He knows how to, that I would say, the sweet tongue, the sugary ways of communicating and telling people what they can do. He can basically build a website, build your imagination. He has probably just put your expectations so high, and when he's delivering, he delivers something so poor, shabby looking, and a lot of typographical errors. So you can imagine that if you are not authentic to your skill, have the ability to always keep learning, upgrading your skill, you find out that your network will only need you per time. Your opportunities will be limited. And it's only going to be, okay, we can basically relate, right? We have that guy we want to help, but he's not always meeting up. We have that friend we want to assist, but he's not always meeting up. You say, oh, I've seen this opportunity. Oh, wow, I can share it with this person, even though this person is in that field or that industry, because the person is not meeting up. And because you feel responsible. Let's say you met someone and the person asks you, do you know anybody who is a data analyst? The truth is that you have a friend who is a data analyst, but you start thinking, if I refer this guy now, will he not fall my hand like this? You understand? So the third one is, okay, I've gone into share your vulnerability with positive intent. It is okay to be vulnerable sometimes. It's okay, but not usually. It is not great to be vulnerable at the beginning of your conversations. Okay. All right. So that is that for networking. The last, I will end networking with this. Remember to connect. Remember to always connect. So let's go to practice now. Now, learning a skill in this age and time is not enough. Becoming, for instance, myself, I'm a data scientist. Becoming a data scientist is not just enough. Graduating or learning that skill at the time is not enough. Growing daily in the skill is what is required. We need to always enhance our skill. We need to upskill and always upgrade the knowledge we have. And the practice around keep changing as far as the tech ecosystem is concerned. So we have to practice to remain, we have to be consistent and practice to remain needed in the ecosystem. Okay, it is one ecosystem that we don't celebrate yesterday's knowledge. We celebrate today's knowledge and tomorrow's opportunity. All right. So the following now is mentorship. Mentorship will help you learn the ropes of the business. I was talking to Mr. David this morning, and I told him something. I said, the challenge we have as people learning a skill is that we have learned to till the soil. Let's use the farmer analogy now. We have learned to till the soil, but we don't know how to plant the seed, to nurture the seed, then to yield in harvest, then to selecting what is to be eaten and what is to be planted. So mentorship helps you now learn the ropes of the business, whether it's being employed, whether it's being self-employed or being an entrepreneur. It's a business. We need to learn how to be good employees and learn how to be good entrepreneurs as well. So how to be mentored now? Identify someone in your industry that have impact, that have created impact in that industry. Identify and learn the ropes of the business. Identify leaders in your field. You have to study your mentors, study your mentors. Now, I have a disclaimer here. Studying your mentors, you must have the emotional intelligence to be persistent. And because recall that they will not have your time all the time, and they were not created to help you. You are the one to learn. So act as a student and learn. Learn only good attributes. You don't have to copy all the mannerism of your mentor. You just copy the attributes that are good to you, that fulfills your goals and objectives. Remember, while being mentored or while you're a mentee, remember you're also planning to be a mentor. So prepare yourself to mentor others and lift others as you go ahead. Build relationships with like-minded individuals, rather, and be more confident about your pursuit in this industry. So thank you very much for listening. Thank you, Mr. David. And that is all that I have planned for you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Adada Innocent. Your presentation was really superb. As you were talking, I was just trying to rush and brush through my notes so I can catch up with the speed you were making. So, well, I just hope everyone was able to get something. And because we are so intentional about everything that is being discussed here, so a video of all these things that is being discussed is going to be posted on YouTube, and everybody that registered for the training are going to get a link so that they can always go back to it and listen to it on YouTube. So I'm also going to do that to myself to rewatch the video too, so I can get all the point that was listed, because I myself, I need to make even more money from the tech skills I have acquired. So thank you all so much. And if you have any question, I don't think there was any question that was posted. I think all the ones that were posted were comments from people. So if you have any question at all,
There's a question.
okay, let's go.
Yeah, someone asked about endorsement, what I meant by endorsement on LinkedIn. Okay,
Okay.
so I'll quickly answer that question. If you have a LinkedIn profile and you have skills on LinkedIn, LinkedIn gives people the opportunities to endorse. Yes, Evans is your question. LinkedIn gives you the opportunity to endorse people and tell people to also endorse you. One thing I do for my students, especially the ones that implement, because not everybody would implement, and implementation is where the whole result comes down. So when you endorse me, I will go to your skill and check the ones I see, because it's not just your hard skills. You can also add your soft skills like team team player, collaboration, networking, all those skills. You can add them there, coaching and all, and you get people to endorse you. And the beautiful thing about endorsing people, you just see it there. Once you are connected to that person on LinkedIn, LinkedIn gives you the opportunity to either follow the person or connect with the person. So that's where the whole connection thing came from. When you connect with that person, you have the opportunity to endorse that person if you like. You can endorse the person's whole 50 skills, you can endorse the person's 10 skills, five, as the case may be. But remember, as you're endorsing someone, you're not just endorsing for the sake of endorsement, because your name is going to appear in that person's endorsement list. And guess what? I don't just endorse for people like that, because my reputation is at stake. So if I endorse you, that means you are good at what you're doing. You are good at these things I'm saying that you do, and the rest of it. And if you worked with a company that made you get those skills, it will also show that that company actually endorsed you for this skill because you got those skills from the company. So that's how it works. I hope I answered your question.
Well, thank you, Ms. Chika, for that wonderful response to that. I think you answered the question very well. So, please, the person that asked the question, in case she didn't answer the question, you can also just comment that right there in the bottom, on the chat box at the bottom. So, we're going to conclude on the conference now, and like we said, we are very intentional about what we have said, what we have done, what we are doing, and what we plan to do in this area concerning this issue that we're trying to solve tonight. And speaking about solving issue and follow up, that is why we're going to recommend that this meeting will not end well if we don't give you an avenue where you can easily connect with the people doing these things on this Zoom. So Terraskills is like I said before when the meeting started, Terraskills is a tech company that aimed towards not just only training students or giving them certificates, but making sure that they are making very good use of the skills that they've learned. So we have very, very close connections with our students and alumni, people who have gone through this training. We have very close connection with them to ensure that they are getting not just only the training that they registered for, but they are also making very good use of everything that they said. So we're not just people who just preach, but we also practice what we preach. So everything that was listed here are the things we tell our students consistently. And we see the maximum result they're actually getting from it. So if you see this link on your screen, you can easily copy it and or just type it. It's just simply bit.ly at bit.ly/ tech with Terraskills. So if you type this on your browser, you're going to land yourself at our WhatsApp channel. Our WhatsApp channel is a platform that is solely for enlightening content on these areas. So we're going to be teaching you consistently on different things that you need to know about monetizing your skills, monetizing your tech skills. Or even those people that are just new into learning a tech skill, we are also going to teach you the kind of the strategies that you need to take in making sure that you're not just only going to learn the theoretical aspect of tech, but you're also going to learn the practical aspect and you're going to use it in your day-to-day activities. So thank you all so much for joining this meeting. I also just sent the link to the chat box. You can easily copy there and paste it on your browser. You're going to find yourself in our WhatsApp channel. So, and in case you didn't get anything, you didn't get the full version of this seminar, you're going to get the video on YouTube, and everyone that registered is going to get the link in their DM. So thank you all so much for being part of this training till the end. We appreciate you for really sticking with us, and we are just stay tuned because we have a lot of more great things to do with you. So thank you all so much and have a good night's rest. Bye.